Hello, my name is Shannon, and I'm here to talk to you today about my gallbladder surgery. I'm 5 days out. I've already been to my pre-op testing. Just to give you a little background, it started about a year ago. It was Halloween of last year. I was having a party. It was my son's birthday, and the whole night I felt like I had glass in my stomach. I just wasn't feeling good. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up in excruciating pain. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't sleep. And it passed in a couple hours, and I didn't give it much thought. I just thought it was like severe heartburn or a stomach bug. So a couple more times this happened, and sometimes it was really severe that I considered going to the hospital, but having been through it before, I knew it was going to pass, and like a fool, I did not go. But I was doing research sometimes in the middle of the night, WebMD, and with my symptoms, it was looking like pancreatitis. Now, I take WebMD with a grain of salt. I know how it is when you look up your own symptoms, but I was having, severe abdominal pains. I was having pains in my back. I felt like I was having a heart attack. And so those things, like I said, WebMD said I was having pancreatitis. So in February, after a bad night again, I finally decided to go to my doctor. And as I was telling her my symptoms, I honestly thought she would tell me to go home and lose weight and stop eating crap. And, I jokingly made some comment. I'm like, oh, so do you think it's my heart? And she said, no, I think it's your gallbladder. And I was like, oh, I never even considered that. I told her that WebMD said it was my pancreas, and she said that gallbladder stones do cause pancreatitis when they travel down to your pancreas. So I said, well, what's the options if it's gallstones? And she said surgery. And my initial reaction was, hell no, I was not having surgery. I went for the ultrasound, and yes, I do have stones, and I did meet with the surgeon. But basically, I told her I did not want to have surgery since I'd only been having pains like once a month. And she said, go ahead and give me a call when you're ready. So I had went to see a nutritionist. I wanted to change my diet. I was going to try to lose weight. And even though in the back of my mind, I know I was basically prolonging the inevitable, I wanted to put it off until I was ready. So I promised myself that I would call the surgeon back after one more attack. Well, I waited for two, and I finally called in June, and I scheduled the surgery, but I scheduled it for the end of September, just kind of putting it off. So prior to that point, I was at peace with it. I was getting to the point where I was like almost scared to eat, wondering what was going to happen. So, I was at peace with my decision to schedule the surgery for September 21st, 2016, until September rolled around. So I had my pre-op consultation on September 7th, and I had a very difficult time with it. I was very upset. I was crying. Every time I think about it, I get upset. And, I've really been trying to figure out what it is that I'm having a problem with. I've had my wisdom teeth out, which, isn't an abdominal surgery. I had to be put out for that. So I've had anesthesia and I've given birth. But this is my first major health issue I've ever had. And, let's face it, gallbladder surgery, as though it's common and everyone keeps telling me I'll feel better afterwards, I'm having a hard time with it. And it's really hard to submit myself to an invasive surgery when at this very moment I feel fine. And I can't tell you the last time I had a gallbladder attack. But I do know that it's never going to go away. It's only going to get worse. God forbid that stone travels and, I'm in for a bigger world of hurt. So logically, I know that this is the right decision. I'm just having some anxieties about it. So the last couple of weeks have been difficult. Whenever I think about it, I get very emotional, like I am now. I'm trying to hold it together because I'm working full time. I have a young child. I don't want to scare him. My husband's been very supportive, but like when I'm by myself, I cry. I don't know if it's the anesthesia that bothers me. Although part of me, I'm kind of looking forward to just put me out of my misery and then it'll be over with. I know that. I watched a YouTube video of the procedure, which didn't really, it doesn't scare me that much to see that. It was very interesting, but at the same time, it's like, holy crap, they're going to tear out my, my organ. That did not make me feel any better. This hospital actually sent me some educational videos on the anesthesia and the whole procedure. I think I just almost don't want to know. So at this point, my doctor gave me some Xanax, which I'm not normally a pill popper. I've taken 2. It really doesn't help me not want to cry. I'm afraid I'm going to go walk into the hospital and I'm just going to be a crying, hysterical mess. So I'm really hoping that's not the case. But like I said, I'm about 5 days out. You know, I got plans this weekend. Just trying to be brave for my kid. So wish me luck. Thanks.